Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today I got a new toy for you fellow mushroom degenerates. We have a new TEEMO deck, and it is called Cloudy with the Chance of Shrooms. And it is a deck built around TEEMO with a heavy Ionia support. In fact, one could say it's mostly an Ionia deck with a bit of a built-over support. And we are running none other than Cloud Drinker. You're probably thinking, what the hell is this? This is a card? I didn't even know this existed. And yes, it's a card. It's a part of the card pool. It came from the core set, and it barely saw any play. And in this deck, it puts in the work. Cloud Drinker is a 6 mana 3/5 that says your burst spells cost 1 less. Now, there have been some decks with Cloud Drinker in the past, and they've been assigned purely meme status, basically, because the idea is if you are able to generate 3 copies of Cloud Drinker on the board, you can spam a card like Vault Breaker and get infinite combos going on. Before Rising Tides was a thing, there were some crazy combos with the 1 mana card, the counterfeit copies, and rummages and stuff like that to be able to go through your deck and just go crazy, right? This is a very, very potential powerful effect that can break the rules of the game and allow you to go infinite. And in this deck, we do have the Exodia potential. We can't actually one-turn kill our opponent with Cloud Drinker, but I wanted to design a deck that could actually function and make sense without this crazy combo that would happen, you know, one every 20 games. So I designed a TEEMO list with Ionia support with the Dragon Girls, and it exceeded my expectations. Like, I'm really excited to share this with you guys because I had a blast playing this in my stream yesterday, and I think this deck actually has really good competitive value. So what do we do here? Basically, we have a standard TEEMO deck. We're trying to flood the opponent's deck with mushrooms and have them slowly die as they draw cards filled with poisonous puff caps. It is glorious. It's pretty bad for them, but it's just absolutely hilarious. So naturally we have TEEMO. We also have a full set of the puff cap peddler, the most important follower in this deck. Potential one-turn kill combo with Cloud Drinker, but also because we have a heavy emphasis on spells in this build, as we are running Eye of the Dragon and Claws of the Dragon to make up for that. Puff Cap Peddler becomes a very, very powerful engine that can really go a long way. So we are also running a full set of Shadow Assassin and a full set of Chump Wump as other followers. And we also have a one-off of Karma. In case matches drag out a little bit more than we want them to, we are enlightened. We can play Karma, and all of a sudden all of our mushroom spells and our deep meditations are duplicated, and we can attempt at just completely outvaluing the opponent. Plus Karma onto a Puff Cap Peddler on the board can just translate into tremendous mushroom plantations. Let's go with that. And it is definitely worthy as a one-off in the deck, but this is not a Karma deck. She's there in specific games which go a little bit longer than we expect, right? For the most part, this is a TEEMO list that has some very, very powerful combo potential, right? So one of the cool things about Cloud Drinker is, yes, there is a potential combo with Dawn and Dusk that I'll explain in a bit, but just one Cloud Drinker on the board makes it so that Chump Wump gives you 2 Mushroom Clouds that cost 0 mana to play. And this, like, Cloud Drinker allows us to chain these burst spells so well. All of a sudden, Key Guardian is 1 mana, Twin Disciplines is 2 mana, and then Deep Meditation is potentially even 2 mana as well. If we have more than 1 Cloud Drinker, then we can actually get more from that, right? But it really does put in the work, and allows us to chain these spells, because a lot of times, the one real limitation to this deck is our mana, right? Because we have a lot of potential combos, but we don't have enough mana to chain them properly, right? So Cloud Drinker really helps us do that. When it comes to card draw, not only are we playing a full set of Deep Meditation, but we also have a one-off of Progress Day, which serves the role of a 4th worst Deep Meditation. Even though if the game has dragged out quite a bit, Progress Day is actually more powerful, right? So we're running it as a one-off because of that. So that is basically the initial aspect of the deck. I like Key Guardian on TEEMO a lot. If you're facing a matchup in which TEEMO can be vulnerable to single combat, for example, or Vile Feast, Mystic Shot. If you're worried about direct damage or combat spells, a lot of, like most matchups really, they all have some sort of answer for TEEMO, right? Because most good decks are interactive in one way or another. Except for example, like the Yoink deck with Sejuani. That one doesn't really have the best ways to deal with TEEMO, but other matchups like, you know, Bannerman or Demacia with Soul Combat, like I said, or decks with direct damage, you generally don't want to play TEEMO turn 1. Instead, you want to resort to Key Guardian onto TEEMO to play him the turn you're going to level him up with a barrier so that you can connect and duplicate the amount of mushrooms, right? Like a lot of times leading off with TEEMO is not ideal. And this is why this deck is actually very difficult to play. I don't really recommend it for beginners, and hopefully the gameplay that I will show you guys today will share or will enlighten you a little bit in regards to how you need to pilot this, right? But we have a bunch of spells so we can trigger Eye of the Dragon and Claws of the Dragon to make up for the lack of initial tempo. As we plant mushrooms, we change spells, we plant as many mushrooms as we can, and then we play TEEMO, we connect onto the Nexus, and we duplicate said mushrooms, and we just, you know, overwhelm the opponent with that strategy, right? But on top of that, we got some really powerful combos. Dawn and Dusk is a very, very potent resource in this deck. The one-turn kill combo that I'm talking about, it requires 4 cards, all right? So it requires a Puffcap Peddler to be on the board, and a Cloud Drinker to be on the board as well. You go for Dawn and Dusk onto Cloud Drinker, generating 2 ephemeral copies and thus having 3 copies of Cloud Drinker on the board, which means that your burst speed spells cost 3 less. This means that you can play the Vault Breaker as many times as you please. And being able to play Vault Breaker as many times as you please with a Puffcap Peddler on the board means that you flood the opponent's deck with potentially infinite mushrooms, which means you will guarantee that at the beginning of the next round, they will die. 2 mushrooms. It's absolutely glorious. It happens very rarely though, keep that in mind. It's, like I said, the Exodia of the deck, but it is nice to have an alternate win condition in that sense, and it is potentially possible. But Dawn and Dusk goes beyond that. I'm not just playing this card for that combo. This card can be really strong onto the Puffcap Peddler himself. If we're in a situation in which we need to plant mushrooms, we have all these mushroom clouds in our hand that have been built up through our chump wumps. We can go for a, like I like to call Peddler Jutsu, and we can get 3 copies of Peddler and then spam all these mushrooms and just flood the opponent, because every time we play one of them, we'll be planting 9 puff caps on top of that, right? But we can also use it on Shadow Assassin in a pinch to draw 2 cards as we summon 2 extra Shadow Assassins. But my favorite combo is obviously with TEEMO. Applying Dawn and Dusk TEEMO Jutsu to triplicate TEEMO on the board and connect with TEEMO 3 times, allowing us to duplicate that last number of mushrooms, is a potential game-winning play, which makes this card really, really powerful and just a very good late-game resource for us, which is why we're running a 2 of it in the deck. We're also Ionia, so we run a couple of Will of Ionias and a couple of Denies for disruption. Denies are very important, especially when we are going to go for the Dawn and Dusk plays. For example, onto TEEMO. This, alongside Twin Disciplines, are there to allow us to survive potential disruption from the opponent. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the deck list right there. It's just cloudy with a chance of shrooms, and it is absolutely fantastic to play, man. It is so fun. I love playing TEEMO, man. I'm a degenerate. I thrive in the desperation of my opponents as they draw cards filled with mushrooms and slowly die. It is just glorious, and hopefully you guys are looking forward to the gameplay today. I think I got some good games for you guys, and I think you will enjoy it. So I'm going to stop talking. Have a swell day. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. I do post a new deck every single day. So yeah, subscribe, leave a like. It's all free. Free is good. And yeah, enjoy the games, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna do full million.
Have a mushroom.
Have 3.
Nice selection, sweet son. Come on in. How about another round? Who's gonna close up?
Who's gonna close up?
Since I'm watching all your videos with Adblock, this is a small payback. Keep it up, my dude. Laughing face.
Thanks, man.
He started without me.
TEEMO is a nice shot here, but I wanna work for the mushrooms first. I'm gonna drop you first.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
Alright. We're gonna go for this first.
They grow up so
And now we use this to get the spell mana that we used on the mushroom back. Go for another one. That way we get Dragonling.
Bow to no one.
You know what? That's fine.
Born for conquest.
hard to get rich.
Big whale.
So we keep the peddler alive. We slow down Sejuani's level up as well, not letting Gara get a hit.
I got ways to find me mushroom.
Dude, Cloud Drinker with TEEMO is legit, actually, man. Like this is legit. Like no joke, this is legit.
I'll burn for what I've done. Pay debt.
Another day in the field.
I'll pick him, you plan him, kid.
Don't have taken like a, well, I mean he's only drawn one, right? Don't take a mystic shot. He just drew one card. Come on. Don't tell me you got a mystic shot, please, for the love of God, man.
Never know what hit him.
I'm gonna get yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
What's that you got there?
Come on, baby.
Say your farewells.
Yes! Yes! Yeah, boy! 98, baby. Now we're talking.
Warm hearts and hot soup.
What is gained when you return malevolence?
Dude, Cloud Drinker's the shit with this. Why haven't I played more of this card before? Oh my god, this is so good. Like one Cloud Drinker on the board, and these chump wumps are amazing, dude. Why didn't you Dawn and Dust the TEEMO? I don't have any space on the board, bruh.
Stand and fight.
Let's get to it.
I have to take the hit from that, it's fine.
There they go.
I'm gonna let her go as well.
Dragon binds us.
If Riptide Rex goes down, it's better for me to drop this now. Is it? No, it's better to play you.
Think I'm still like a yodel in uniform. Across the
Oh,
seas into battle.
that's super fine.
Smell mushrooms in the morning.
Better, 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 better. Better, 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 better. That's what he got for me. I love it! Oh boy, you got a psychedelic problem, bruh.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
Oh, that deny. That deny, though.
I'll scout ahead.
Arr!
Victory was the mushrooms we planted along the way.
Mushrooms against toss. How's that gonna go? Let's find out. I'm loving the Cloud Drinker though. Absolutely loving the Cloud Drinker. Yeah, he won't have many cards, but if we wait for like, we can actually stack a shitload of mushrooms. This matchup is actually really interesting. Because yeah, early on he's gonna toss away a lot of our mushroom cards, but when he starts thinning his deck,
It is time.
nah, I'm not gonna trade for that. He's playing the Lure of the Depths. Bad card is bad. Alright, yes. I like the deny.
I got ways to find me mushroom.
I love Chump Wump with the Claws of the Dragon. It's so good.
I will tend this garden.
Paint it!
Clear your head. Let your instincts speak.
Alright, we dropped him down to 10.
What is gained when you return malevolence?
Protect our grove.
Alright, so only one mushroom has been eaten down. Yeah, the less cards he has in his deck, the more powerful my mushroom plays are. This is the win con, boys.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk. whoops, am I right? I've always been a fun guy. Oh, if mushrooms could talk. Or whoops, am I right? Would a mushroom help?
Breathe out. The order rewards its faithful.
Down. Life eternal.
We died to atrocity, unfortunately. So playing this was actually a mistake, right? Playing the Shadow Assassin was a mistake. I should have thought about that better. Because now I can't do this and stay away from atrocity.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Life starts small. Feet on death.
Your lesson begins.
I'm a peddler, not a meddler. There they go.
And so, life springs anew.
Followed your videos and decks using your GTF deck made the climb to Diamond for the first time with plus 75% win rate. Love the content.
Thank you, man. What are you two doing? We gotta keep this for the atrocity. He's got 16 puff caps. This is what I was talking about, and I haven't executed this properly.
Life starts small.
We don't really care about his board anymore because we either win in this next series of turns. Oh boy. It sucks that I drew a Key Guardian though. This is an useless card here. Unfortunately.
Protect our grove.
There. Now we're talking. Karina control. I'm gonna keep this entire hand. I'm not in a huge rush. I don't want to play turn 1 TEEMO. In this matchup, I want to preserve TEEMO for later. When I find the key barrier.
I fight with my spirit, not my fist.
You could die to a thermogenic beam here. I could play Peddler, but I wanna protect Peddler from removal. I'm gonna just go and win attack here. This early damage is not as relevant because you can get it back with health gain. We could see a Brute Awakening here. I'm gonna give TEEMO a barrier. I'm surprised to see that, honestly. I'm gonna respond with my own chump bump here. Just fine. I'll take the hit.
There was a little fella asking for me. They grow up so fast.
Another day in the field. Armed and ready. Adventure starts with mushrooms. Grow free.
Alright, let's go with that.
What is gained when you return malevolence?
Vi stands for vicious.
Okay, this can pump her up to 3 attack, which is certainly perfect.
Headed to eat this!
Just trying to help. Breathe in, breathe out.
About another 3 source of damage. I still don't think it's worth resorting to my deny for that. But I mean, this is my most important card here. I mean, he is gonna be able to kill it next turn anyways.
I've always been a fun guy.
What is gained when you return malevolence?
Coming at ya!
Think I'm still like a Yoda in uniform?
I don't need this! sun will bloom.
I mean, he won't get 5, right?
Each pen Master.
I got ways to find me mushroom.
Spirit gives to those who listen.
Surprised he attacked that one.
Breathe in, breathe out.
I tried incline freeze.
Pay dirt!
I can't go for Will of Ionia because he could have. I think this is fine.
Coming to save the day. Dark beckons.
Nice.
Hey, Mum, still like a yodel in uniform.
I'm gonna play around with Atrocity, so I always need to have 4 mana open.
Another day in the field.
I'll pick 'em, you plan 'em, kid.
I'd follow you anywhere.
Of course you would.
Oh, that's a harvest right there.
Beauty charms while claws take hold.
I got ways to find me mushroom.
Imagination is not experience, and instinct is no substitute for planning.
Alright, guys, can we do this?
Pay dirt!
What is gained when you return malevolence?
Yes! Yeah, boy! Woo!
Did it together!
We did it together! This deck actually competes, man. It's good. It's actually good. It's hard to pilot correctly, though. I'm still making minor mistakes here and there. Okay, let's drop the Cloud Drinker. Let's drop one. Should I drop one Eye of the Dragon? Yeah, we're gonna drop one.
Cornelius? Where are you?
Each hold a world within.
Packed 'em good.
I am prepared.
He really wants to work for Gangplank's level up. Makes sense.
I'll buy some time.
Ready yourself.
I will block here.
Silent as death. Dark beckons.
Ooh, I like it.
They cannot hide.
bumps, am I right?
With the peddler here, we have to be very wary of Thresh naturally. So I can just go with an attack here.
Play my part.
Oh, that's a harvest right there. They grow up so fast.
Clear your head. Let your instincts speak.
Peddler, you gotta stop, man. Why are you mixing with cards here?
Breathe in, breathe out.
All right, we have Vault Breaker here. I think we have to live with that fact that we're gonna get hit pretty hard here.
But do not see.
Right now, this is
Been a fun guy.
I really needed that to not be Vengeance. I was really banking on it being Grasp of the Undying. Oh well, GG. I'm gonna keep this.
This land is ours.
We each hold a world within.
The Winter's Claw.
Swiftly! Feel this!
The party has
A ride.
The spirit gives to those who listen. Let me show you what I can do.
Me too, kiddo. Me too.
the Winter's Claw. Excuse you.
I'm gonna play around Whirling Death.
More for my collection. I'll scout ahead. Yes.
Yep. Pretty sure he has Whirling Death. And this way we enable the eyes of the dragon again.
If they don't break, they'll burn. For the glory of Noxus.
That's a lot of damage. Fortunately for us, we do have these dragonlings. He's running low on gas.
Need victims.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Your lesson begins.
Let's keep TEEMO always out of the combat when there's other units in combat. That way we're never vulnerable to Whirling Death. Whirling Death is likely to happen here onto one of my dragonlings for him to prevent a little bit of health gain. Yeah, he's giving Draven an axe.
Time for the money.
So he can level up Draven as well. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna go for Deep Meditation because I could pick up a second Mystic Shot. And that allows me to answer this. Or a Will of Ionia, which I really like. Prevents the level up for Draven. Gets me nice and healthy.
It's Draven time.
Breathe in, breathe out.
And now...
I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning. Clear your head.
I made a mistake. I should have given it to this, but whatever.
Stand ready.
We're only attacking with this. I made a mistake. I should not have given this.
More mushrooms.
Like as soon as I did, I forgot that I played one.
I'll try anyone.
Dragonlings are enabled. He has 88 mushrooms. We're looking good.
Axes coming right up.
All right. Need a Hail Mary.
The order rewards its faithful.
There's my boy.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
I'll have what he's having.
Grow up so fast.
Alright, we're getting there.
Swiftly. Starts with mushrooms. We did it together.
Together.